Oh gosh! Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard that Judge Mathis and Linda are calling it quits after a whopping 39 years of marriage. I know, right? Talk about a plot twist, but hold on to your wigs because the real tea is just starting to brew. Linda Mathis has just dropped a bombshell that's shaking Hollywood to its core. She's coming out swinging, y'all, and she's not holding anything back. Our girl Linda is done playing nice and staying quiet. She's ready to spill all the beans. And let me tell you, it's messier than a toddler eating spaghetti. According to Linda, Greg Mathis isn't the upstanding judge we see on TV. Nuh-uh, honey. She's painting a picture that's darker than my coffee on a Monday morning. Linda's alleging that Greg had multiple affairs, and get this, not just with women, but with men too. I mean, talk about a double whammy. But wait, it gets worse. Linda's also claiming that Greg crossed a line into physical abuse at times. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a big red flag waving in the wind. No wonder Linda says she's had enough and can't take it anymore. And our girl isn't just talking the talk, she's walking the walk. Linda's gearing up to sue Greg for every check he ever got from her. She's ready to dig up everything she can. This divorce is about to get uglier than a pile of week-old laundry, and Linda's revelations are turning the spotlight on Greg in a way no one expected. Now let's rewind a bit. Remember back in 2022 when the Mathis family let us into their world with their reality show Mathis Family Matters? They seemed tighter than my jeans after Thanksgiving dinner. Greg was even gushing about Linda at his Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony, saying, "The star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame is certainly my highest professional achievement, but I got to say it was really my family that was the foundation of my success." And after coming out of the streets of Detroit, Linda allowed me to work 15 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. So it's that support that allowed me to be the success that you see. Our love and support runs deep. Deep, huh? More like deeply complicated if you ask me. Fast forward to early 2024, and these two were still serving couple goals. They were snuggled up in Cabo, living their best lives on social media. In March, they were looking cozy at an influencer brunch. They even did an interview with Baller Alert talking about bringing back their show and spilling their secrets for staying close. Greg was painting this picture of a perfect family with just a few quirks. He swore they never fought. Let's take a look at what he said.
Well, we're not going to fight. If that's the condition of coming back, we're not coming back because we are a whole family, a wholesome family. We all have our flaws, but we don't fight.
And Linda seemed to be singing the same tune.
Well, you mentioned our family show, Mathis Family Matters, and as you see on there, our influence is that, black families are great families, and no, they're not filled with, just inner fighting. And so,
but hold up, bestie. It gets even more confusing. Just a few weeks ago, Linda was posting pics and videos from a Father's Day bash with Greg. She was all lovey-dovey, saying, "Very uplifting to see all the fathers being celebrated, especially my husband Greg and son-in-law Ryan." Greg even posted a cute photo on June 10th of Linda all cozy in his arms at a concert. So what in the name of reality TV drama happened? How did they go from couple goals to Splitsville in the blink of an eye? According to the divorce papers, Linda says they were done as of July 17th, citing those oh-so-vague, irreconcilable differences. Now, I'm sitting here thinking, after 39 years together, you'd think they'd have figured out how to handle their differences, right? But apparently, Linda hit a wall she couldn't get past. On the bright side, they don't have to deal with messy custody battles or child support issues. Their 4 kids are all grown up and even grandparents now. But don't think Linda's walking away empty-handed. Oh no, honey, she's asking for spousal support and even checked the box to block Greg from getting any. And there's still that juicy mystery of whether there's a prenup in play. We'll have to wait and see how that shakes out. Now, let's dig a little deeper into Greg's past, because it turns out our TV judge isn't as squeaky clean as he'd like us to believe. Back in 2019, there was a whole police investigation after Greg allegedly spat on a parking valet. Can you believe it? The story goes that Greg got all fired up about whether the valet had his car keys, and things got so heated he allegedly spat on the poor guy. Not very judge-like behavior if you ask me. But wait, there's more. There are whispers about Greg being tighter with his wallet than a clam with a pearl. We're talking using coupons to pay for dinner and busting out a calculator to make sure he doesn't leave a cent more than the exact tip required. And when he dines with friends, forget about him picking up the tab. He's allegedly the guy who calculates his exact share down to the last penny. Talk about penny pinching. And the drama doesn't stop there, besties. Just last year, a Los Angeles Department of Water and Power employee accused Greg of threatening them with a bang-bang after a parking dispute. Apparently, Greg got all hot and bothered when they asked him to move his vehicle. Words were exchanged, and things escalated to the point where Greg allegedly flashed and pointed at the workers. Now, Greg tells a different story. He says the employees were actually blocking his vehicle, and he couldn't pull out of his driveway. When he stood in the street, one of the employees supposedly got smart with him, saying if he didn't move, he'd get run over by their work truck. Greg took that as a threat and claims he never brandished anything, let alone pointed it at anyone. But honey, if these are the kinds of antics he's getting into in public, just imagine what's going down behind closed doors. And let's not forget the rumors of infidelity. Remember when Wendy Williams threw some serious shade about Greg supposedly cheating during his interview on her show? Things got hotter than a jalapeno when Wendy asked about allegations that Greg was caught in a motel with a crackhead and another woman who wasn't Linda. Let's take a look at that explosive moment.
That might not be true, according to you, about this woman that allegedly you slept with. You allegedly got her pregnant. Listen to let me draw up the skeleton, Judge, and then you fill in the meat.
Talk about fueling your stuff. You, on the other hand, have admitted to being addicted to cocaine.
Absolutely.
Secondly, you continue to show symptoms of your addiction.
Okay.
Lastly,
what are those symptoms? Tell me.
These nasal passages you keep coughing up.
And I did Afrin.
This eternal cold that you continue to have.
Yes,
that you can't have to come to work because every other week, and now you even stupid so low as to blame it on your baby, your newborn. How low can you get? That's about as low as you can get to blame your child for your addiction. Then, lastly, your bisexual activity. I'm sure your audience want to know about that. I've heard that rumor.
I'm sure my husband would love that.
Yeah. Oh, he watches? Does he watch when you do it?
Yes. Don't you know?
No, I don't know. I didn't know you were that low down. Lastly, we can continue with what I heard about all those. It's like 8. You had 8 of them. That's what I heard. That's the rumor.
How interesting.
Now you want to keep fueling that? Did you write about that in your book?
I wrote in my book.
All 8 of them?
Yes, I wrote. I have an.
When I say Greg went off on Wendy, I mean he went all in. But the tea gets even hotter, y'all. There was a woman who claimed Greg not only slept with her while high, but also suggested she could sleep with Linda. Now that's some serious drama. Oh, and it doesn't stop there. This same woman also claimed she ended up pregnant by Greg. But our TV judge is out here denying it all, saying he's never even heard of her and suggesting she's probably getting paid to spin that yarn. Can you imagine if Wendy Williams were still on the air? She'd be having a field day with this divorce drama. Now, some folks are speculating that Greg has been unfaithful all along and might even have a few secret kids running around. People are saying he's got a serious wandering eye, especially when it comes to the pretty women suing on his show. And if he went off on Wendy like that, maybe there's some truth to it all. But hold up, because we've got some conflicting reports coming in. Some sources are saying Linda's filing isn't about scandalous affairs at all. Instead, they're claiming it's because Greg has been working too hard and neglecting their relationship. Apparently, he's been running a series of charities and has a production company that has him working 70 to 80 hours a week. An insider spilled the tea, saying, Linda sacrificed her whole life for that man, but he's been working 24/7 for the better part of the last 30 years. According to this source, Greg promised Linda he would slow down so they could travel the world together and enjoy their golden years. But it seems like Greg's not ready to pump the brakes on his career just yet. The insider says life's too short, and if Greg wants to run around the country working, he can do that. But Linda's not willing to sacrifice any longer. Apparently, Greg's got one last chance to save his marriage. If he agrees to slow down and value his wife, she might just take him back. But here's where it gets interesting, besties. Some folks aren't buying the whole workaholic excuse. They're pointing out that Greg doesn't seem to work as much anymore. So what's really going on? Some people are throwing shade, suggesting that Linda might be fed up with Greg just being around the house and not pulling in the cash like he used to. And of course, we've got the hot takes on social media. Some people are coming for Linda, saying things like 90% of divorces are initiated by women. The kids are grown, his money is flowing, and she's ready to start her second life with his money. Women are single-handedly destroying the idea of marriage to be independent on a man's hard work. Others are more sympathetic to Linda, with one person tweeting, "The marriage has been over. His antics on TV were just a glimpse of what brought this on. She stayed for the coins until they weren't enough." So, what do you think, besties? Did infidelity play a role in this split? Is it all about Greg working too much? Or maybe not enough? Why do you think Linda decided to pull the plug after 39 years? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your girl BiBi is dying to know what you think. And remember, whether you're dealing with cheating rumors, workaholic partners, or just trying to figure out how to split the bill at dinner, always stay true to yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're the star of your own show. Until next time, this is BiBiTea signing off. Stay fabulous, stay fierce, and most importantly, stay tuned for more piping hot tea. Bye.